And that'll do it. It's over. The Golden State Warriors return to a familiar place. They're on top of the NBA world. The 4th title in 8 years.
Golden State dominated, bro. Let's talk about it. I was very happy and excited watching that game for the Golden State Warriors. If you saw my last video, I noted my disappointments in the effort that the roster came out with. But tonight, no Andrew Wiggins, no problem. The Golden State Warriors absolutely dominate the Celtics at home in a statement win on national TV. Before we get into the film, I just want to say, with Steph Curry and Jason Tatum, I looked at this game to be a real important game because as the best players for 2 teams that went into the finals, I really believe that these players would be instrumental to setting the tone for what this game would be. And Steph Curry had a bunch of patience. He was getting his teammates involved, but he also was not quiet in this game. Jason Tatum, I think he settled a bit too much, and the tone was not set for Boston offensively to start this game. Golden State just came out and dominated. The spark to the game is really where Golden State took off. So early in this game, what Golden State did really well was they utilized Klay Thompson. They ran some pretty good off-ball sets, and I loved Klay's aggression to start this game. What Klay was able to do was he came in, he cut really well to the basket, but more than anything, defensively, he was showing effort. He had multiple plays where he was on Jason Tatum, he was on Jaylen Brown, and he was playing physical, using his length to really bother and disrupt those guys and kind of, rupture the ball penetration. So I really love seeing that. The number one guy in this game to me, if you're a Boston Celtics fan, was Malcolm Brogdon. I think Malcolm Brogdon did a great job of not settling, getting to the basket, pushing the pace in transition. When the Warriors were getting out to their early start, when Steph Curry hits the bench, as you're going to see more and more of it in these highlights, you really saw exactly what the impact of having a Brogdon does. He makes great decisions, but the rim pressure is the biggest thing. For a Warriors team with no Andrew Wiggins on the point of attack, it is critical that you attack the basket and you secure the defensive rebounds. They weren't trying to penetrate and be physical and attack the paint enough. And because of that, that's why I feel like we really outshined them in this game. I'm very happy with the contributions that I saw from Dante DiVincenzo and Jonathan Kuminga. I thought it was spectacular what they were able to do. The defense you saw from Kuminga, the dunk on Tatum, which is also going to be coming up. Like, I just love the impact of these players in this game, and it cannot be understated. For Dante to come in and have 8 rebounds really speaks to how good he has been at being the spark plug off the bench that provides energy to this championship unit. I think to start the season when the bench was looking really lackluster, he's one of those guys that can come in, produce, put up like 6 to 8 points, maybe 2 threes, but also just give you effort on both ends. And I think having him set the tone off that bench changes a lot of things for the bench lineups, which we all know have been the biggest issue with Golden State. But once they get that stuff right and trending in the right direction with Draymond running that second unit, this team can look really good. I also do want to highlight Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole did not shoot the ball well in this game. However, his rim penetration was spectacular. I think he shot like 10 free throws. He went 9 for 10 on his free throws. I think I said this in the last video. I'll say it again. Jordan Poole's rim penetration is key for this team. Whenever Jordan Poole gets a foot in the paint, his playmaking really opens up, but also he can just get to the basket by almost anybody. It's just a lot of times he falls in love with shots. I feel like if he really focuses on attacking the basket, that opens up his perimeter game a lot more. And even though he didn't shoot that well, you saw the impact of that, and I love that. I hope we continue to see that in the games moving forward. A big issue for the Boston Celtics, I think, in this game was also their transition defense. Like, you're going to see multiple plays where Golden State just gets out in transition, and a lot of it is based on Boston's offense. Like, their shot selection at times, the settling that they would do for threes and not high-quality twos would lead to a Kevin Looney rebound, a Dante rebound, a Steph Curry rebound, and that would lead to instant outlets for quick offense. Like, they just had a much better approach and easier baskets. I feel like Boston really fell in love and died with it with the three tonight. You can just see that if you're really watching the game. I loved how the game waned because initially Golden State had the first punch. Once Steph hits the bench towards the end, you see Boston right here going on their run and really getting out in transition. Again, Brogdon has been spectacular for them in transition as well. But once that happened, they put Steph Curry back in. And we just got to be honest, Steph Curry was Steph Curry. Like, look at this play right here. He brings the ball up and he shoots it from 30 feet automatically. And that's right after the Boston make. Anytime that Boston felt that they were really in this game, it was a timely three from Steph. It was a timely three from Klay. But the load that they carried from the perimeter, it just absolutely outclassed Boston. All these clips that you're seeing right now are literally from defensive highlights. They get the rebound, they get out. It's quick and easy offense. So they don't have to quickly load up against a set defense in the half court. They're just getting to it. And I think that Boston really failed to implement some of those strategies in last night's game. Mazzulla should be held accountable for some of those things, but I also just think that the team just wasn't prepared to play. I think they kind of looked over this team, might have felt themselves because they've been the best team in basketball so far, but Golden State just played with a lot more pace. Even plays like this, that's the transition play that I'm talking about. They just got to the paint way easier than Boston, and to me, that was the real difference in this game. If you're going to be a superstar in this league, consistent play is obviously important, and for Jason Tatum, I think overall he has been consistent, but in a game like this, you want to set the tone. This team lost to the Warriors in the NBA Finals, and because of that, I think their entire team has come back hungrier than ever, trying to prove to the world we are a championship team. We can beat Golden State. We can beat whoever. And to come out in this game and not set the tone, shoot a bunch of threes, turn the ball over, look really, really timid, that is not a good sign for setting the pace for your team. On the other end, the Golden State Warriors came out and they wanted to make a statement because a lot of people have been calling them trash. Guess what? I'm a Warriors fan. I haven't loved the way that we played, but I know that deep down inside, the championship integrity of what this roster is absolutely there. And you saw that last night from everybody. Kevon Looney, 15 rebounds, unsung hero of the game, just doing things and holding things down. Klay Thompson, 34 points. He took 26 shots, but that is the Klay that I love because even if he's missing shots, the impact he has on the game can be there. But what I love more than anything was Klay's defense. Klay's defense was spectacular in this game. And again, that really just speaks to the whole Golden State team just playing as a whole with effort and intensity. They wanted this game more than Boston wanted it. And you can see it all over the court through these four quarters. I know that's kind of cliche. We don't really do the cliche things on this channel, but it is the real thing. Sometimes when you're watching basketball and evaluating things, you can just see the effort. And I just feel like the effort plays is really what separated these two teams yesterday. Also, I want to talk about closing. So if you look at this play right here, Steph comes up and Jaylen Brown is just too low. I felt like from an X's and O's standpoint, they just played the Warriors way too low. Playing consistent drop coverage versus Steph Curry really puts you at a disadvantage. And Boston was shown that in the finals, but they still attempted to run that. I think Boston played a lot better when they had Grant or Tatum at the 5 because they had a bit more pace, a bit more speed. But ultimately, when you're playing that low, even when you have that personnel out there, you're not really guaranteeing yourself a legitimate chance at winning the game, much less at closing those things out. So that, on top of everything else, really added on to the issues that this team had. And that's gonna wrap the video. Hope you enjoyed. Again, I love the effort this team played with. Our next game is versus the Milwaukee Bucks, so we got to see exactly how those things looked. But if you liked the video and some of my points about the game, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. We got some more videos coming. I'm off today, so I will be working on a bevy of new content coming to the channel, shorts and all that stuff. We're coming back, baby. But I'm gonna catch you guys later. Peace out, people. Have a good one.
Don't want to see us next year.